What I'd like for you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream.
What's up? My name is Troy. My artist name is Scribe, and I'm 26 years old. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and grew up in Regina, Saskatchewan. My music is probably best described as multi-conversational. I like to tell a lot of stories, but tell stories that are going to start conversations. And oftentimes, it's music that the average person doesn't necessarily want to discuss or don't get to discuss. But that's pretty much what I try and do with my music. My influences, definitely, well, definitely my faith. My faith has a lot to do with my music. Other than that, I listen to a lot of folk music actually. I love groups like the Oh Hellos. There's All Sons and Daughters. But as far as like hip hop influences, people like J. Cole, Anderson .Paak, and even a good friend of mine named Davis Absolute. I'm inspired by just people's stories. The lives of people and how diverse they can be. Even some of your best friends can have stories and different aspects of their life that you would never know about unless you just take a minute and talk to them. And so I really love just having different conversations with different people from different walks of life. So I wanted to be a professional soccer player. It was everything. I'd watch all these people on TV. Just I loved the idea of playing soccer professionally in front of thousands of people. So, yeah. My favorite meal is curry chicken and roti. Caribbean stand-up. That's my food right there. I listened to the album Malibu by Anderson .Paak like on repeat. Like that's literally all I listen to. That's it right now. Success, oh man, it's a mindset. Like I find if you try and make success simply as something tangible, then it's really that could be really limiting in a lot of areas. So yeah, success is it's there's definitely a lot more to it than just what you would see right in front of you. The complete opposite of what I do now. I grew up listening to like contemporary Christian music um, and like Backstreet Boys. I mean, I love the Backstreet Boys to this day. Just spoiler alert. But yeah, I grew up listening to very, very laid back, easy listening music. I always wanted to do something that's different than what's common, and oftentimes you're just going to hear music that's, it's kind of just building out this fantasy world for a lot of people, and I don't think telling a kid about this car that I have is going to help feed him, nor do I think that's going to help, really spur him on and wanting to do something with his life. So I always try and do the type of music based on what I've experienced, quite simply because people need to be, woken up from this, fallacy that we're often given. And so that's why I make music that is really going to challenge you and you probably wouldn't often hear from a hip hop artist. My favorite band is actually my friends, my really good friends, Carly and Sean Quigley. Their band's called Bold as Lions, and I just love what they're doing musically and their creativity and just love for authentic music. There's also, and most recently, a guy named Joe Curtis. He's a bit of a jazz kind of. I don't necessarily know how to exactly describe it, but Joe Curtis band is really good. And recently, again, Malcolm J. Really love what he's doing musically. So it's a monster. It's so big and it's really exciting being now living in a city that is so art rich. and it's just really exciting looking forward at, the possibilities of getting more connected with the scene. And so it's been really interesting learning the ins and outs of Winnipeg's hip hop and Winnipeg scenes in general. Getting connected with the right people. You move into a city and you don't, like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna join something and be like, hey, I'm this guy, and all of a sudden you should just, think I'm the greatest thing and let me be at every event and every venue. So the hardest thing was just getting connected with the right people to get plugged into the scene. It actually started when I was living in California, actually playing soccer at university, and I went through some serious depression and anxiety. But I grew up with poetry, and I didn't really have people around that I could talk to, and so I ended up writing out all my feelings through poetry and making really, really corny videos when Facebook first started with those terrible webcam filters. And then a producer by the name of Miguel Day back in Regina caught wind of it from some mutuals or himself, I don't know for sure, but he offered to make me my first beat and everything just completely for free. And so I recorded my first song, which I will not tell you what it is or where you can find it, but that's how it started for me. My parents love my music, as far as I'm concerned anyway. My parents have been incredibly supportive and just always told me, you know what, if you're gonna do something, go all in, and that way at the end of the day, no one can say you were faking. So my parents have been just huge supporters, and they bought me my first mic, and so that it's definitely stuck with me. I started writing poetry actually when I was really, really young. I wrote a poetry anthology. That was the first work I ever did, and I still have it to this day, that I wrote in elementary school, and I got a super good mark on it. But I didn't start rapping until 2010 because everybody I knew was a rapper, and I didn't want to be just another artist. But in 2012, I started taking it seriously. So I've been rapping. Yeah, you could say I've been taking it serious since 2012. A mixtape, an album that's on iTunes, and I guess it'd be two mixtapes, and I'm in the process of working on another album. It's called Keys to the City. Oh man, God, my wife, love that woman. Shout out to Jasmine, and my family and close friends. In 5 years, I hope to be personally established as an artist, whatever that looks like. I want to be one of those people that's always learning and always growing, and I don't think I've come anywhere close to arriving. But by 10 years at least, I would love to, become a household name, be a household Canadian artist. The biggest challenge I've faced has probably been ignoring critics and also ignoring myself. I'm my own biggest critic, and oftentimes I look at where others are at, or I even look at where I'm at, and I don't think that I've achieved enough, or I worry about, oh no, I'm 26 now and I haven't blown up, and I see these young kids that are starting to blow up, and I'm like, oh no. And so yeah, the biggest thing is overcoming just unnecessary concerns. Easiest way to find my music is just by going to my website, www.thescribemusic.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook at Scribe Music. On November 5th at Fools and Horses Coffee Bar, I will be there, and there'll be some other amazing talent there that evening. Check it out on Facebook as a live stream at streamwinnipegwpg.com. And that's about it.